Hi there, it's Lori, and my story is about when I was a janitor. I don't know how many of you knew that I did that job for a little while. It was actually my very first job, and a friend of mine referred me. That was probably a mistake because I was terrible at the job. I mean, I did my best, but I have a massive appreciation for people who do that work because I'm just, I'm not detail oriented enough, I guess. Anyway, here's what I want to tell you about it. I think I worked there either 4 weeks or 6 weeks. It was absolutely not longer than 6 weeks. So I was already planning on giving my 2 weeks notice when my supervisor talked to me about that there was a little issue. And the issue was that I was not cleaning well enough underneath the desks because there were paper clips under people's desks. Around the little plastic things that you roll your chair on, which, by the way, I really need one of those. Yeah. I'm never going to be detail oriented enough to get on my hands and knees and pick up paper clips under people's desks. It's just not going to be. I would not do that under my own desk until I was like cleaning the whole area, right? Not on the daily. Also, please don't be that person that complains about your janitor because of paper clips. Was I doing a great job? No, I was not. Also, men's bathrooms are disgusting. It was an office building, real estate office. There's three different kind of. Maybe one of them was a bank. There were obviously only certain areas you cleaned in there. Something else. Anyway, 3 floors. Every floor, men's bathrooms, disgusting. So that's in case you wanted my take on that, and it was important, but just so you know, I was a terrible janitor. And they didn't have to fire me because I did give my notice. I said, I know I'm not cut out for this. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm giving you my 2 weeks notice. I think I was 16 years old, maybe 17. I'm sorry. I don't remember if they said, well, no, never mind about this 2 weeks, or if they needed me. I feel like I have this vague memory of I gave my 2 weeks. They kept me on they basically said, if you could please stay until we find a replacement. So I think I was only there a week more. So maybe it was 5 weeks. Either way, I was not good at the job. Never once have I ever complained about a janitor. Ever. Ever. Are all of them great? No. But you know what? They're getting the essentials done. And that's all that mattered in the school building, right? They were taking care of the essentials. So, does that story have anything to do with today? No, but it was just something that occurred to me and I thought you all would think was funny. Picturing me as a janitor. It's pretty funny. I was terrible at it. All right. They had every right to fire me. They didn't. But they had every right to. Not because I wasn't doing my work and I wasn't, I was showing up and I was doing my best, but my best at that job was not good enough. Okay, let's start with finished. Finished object right here. You could win this if you enter Live Fantastical, Michelle and Cheyenne. If you enter It's Summer Down Under, you can have up to 2 entries for my drawing. This is one of the things you could win. You could also win the yarn bowl that I don't want to get at the moment with the binder clip. I'll send the binder clip if you want it. But maybe you'll just want the bowl. Decorative, throw junk in it, whatever. Use it as a big fat yarn bowl, but I know some of you don't use big fat yarn, so just use it as a bowl, whatever. And then, is that my only FO? Finished object? By tomorrow morning, I have to finish a minion. By the time you see this, I will have needed to finish the minion. It's 10:45 at night here. I can probably do it. This only took about an hour. I will link this pattern. Very easy, very, very easy. Oh, I need to mention this. I forgot to put the safety eyes in because of how I was following the pattern, and it was the whole thing. But also, you know how things are going with me. Boy, I'll tell you what. I'll come back to that. I want to tell you how you need to go over to Spoony Stitcher Shannon's false French knot tutorial. That's what these eyes are. So easy and simple. And you could add white around them or color around them. Fantastic. Thank you, the Spoony Stitcher Shannon. Because seriously, better than safety eyes, right? All right. That's it on this finished object. Anything else I need to? Oh, I'll show you the yarn. This is this mill end. That's the main. The mill end Hirschner's, I think. Mill end acrylic bulky 5. And then the dark is from Mary Maxim surprise pack. Not from recently, but from about a year ago. And I felt like it was the perfect color. I kind of fudged the ears because I don't follow instructions well. At least this tutorial was in English. American English. I'll even stipulate that because I seriously, I think even in my funky state, not Colorado. Colorado's funky state in a whole different way, but my not being 100%, I really think this only took about an hour. And that's even with having to do the false French knot eyes. Again, that will be linked. Koala will be linked. Eyes or false French knot will be linked. I will be using that again. Moana, that was supposed to be done last week. Still working on the skirt. This is so detailed. Good call on the shirt. Just using the variegated, I actually think it came out great. And then this was top stitching. And then I just kind of added a little bit. But for the skirt, I couldn't get it over her hips. Can I tell you part of why? Because I don't listen to instructions. I thought it said, remember this one's in Spanish. And so I thought it said 30 on the screen. It was 38. But it's still on a magic ring, so I can kind of loosen it up again. And I'm trying to push it down like to the very edge. But I'm not done with this. It needs some more gold. And that is as much of this white yarn, this cream yarn that I have. That's it. Right there. That's all of it. But in the pattern, I'm not done with the white. So I both won and lost at yarn shaking simultaneously. Because obviously I can just choose a different color because it's all this underskirt stuff. I need a gold yarn. I got to find it. I've got gold colored yarns. It's fine. But that's where Moana is. Sorry, she's headless. Missy tried to steal her head yesterday. It's at the front. And the hair. The infamous hair. Is it great hair? Yes. Yes, it is. Still stabbing her in the head with that needle. All right. There she is. She's close to done. I don't know if she has shoes or not yet. I haven't read. Zapatos. There's a Spanish word I know. That would be shoes. Anyway, I didn't quite put that hair where it goes. It kind of goes over here. All right. So she's close to done. So I have decided I'm going to. It's such a detailed pattern, which is both good and problematic. I saw 2 other patterns today that I'm like, oh my gosh, if I just did those, that thing would be done. But the detail on her is absolutely fantastic. And again, if I actually was following all the detail, she would look just like Moana. I just don't have time for that. Okay, that's one whip. Here's the bookcase. Okay, so there's the back panel. The way it shows on the back. It's lovely, 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 lovely. I'm going to put it over my shoulders so you can see. So we've got part of this. We've got the first bookshelf here. And we've got almost all the way done. You can see that is a cat. I got to fix this ear because it's like split. And oh, looking good, Lori. All right. It's split instead of being pointy. So I did something weird there. I don't know what I did. So I'll just go in and mend that, so to speak. But that's super close to done. I think I have one more row of the books, and then it's a shelf, and then there's a tail. The tail is going down around on the shelf, so I'll have 2 bobbins. Well, one, maybe 2 bobbins. We'll see. We'll see how I handle that. And then this side, that is a lot of ends sticking out. Got some issues with this. Is this the front or the back? Do I have this on the right way? Yeah. Anyway, just with all of those poking forward, it seemed like maybe I had it on backwards. All right, but no, because this is supposed to be on the left, which it is. All right, so there's the bookcase. Here's one that is a whip, work in progress, that I'm almost done with, and is going to be done by tomorrow. This is another thing you could possibly win if you win from the Live Fantastical It's Summer Down Under. I have done the 3 main colors. So this will be done tomorrow. It's a diamond painting, if you can't tell. And it comes with I'm hearing a helicopter. That means they're searching for something. I swear I didn't do it. It comes with this. Where's the little hook? There it is. And these 2 little hooks. And there's 2 holes here. Now, if you can hear it in the background, there's also a train. Love it. Not like Lexi's train where you can really hear it, but it's in the background. So there's 2 holes there, so this can hang. Anyway, it'll all be done tomorrow. When the winners are being drawn, I believe, is January 7th. You can do 2 entries for me. I believe only 1 entry for Michelle. Hopefully I made that clear to her. I will have to double check. And it's kind of tough getting that sticky stuck on at this point because there's so few large spaces that aren't covered. Like right there is good. But then like over here, these little spots. Anyway, that's my whips I'm going to show you. Those are whips that are legitimately being worked on right now. I still have the baby blanket. That's set aside until these other things are done. You'll see if I did the minion by Saturday or by tomorrow morning on Saturday. Moana might be done by Saturday. Probably will. The bookcase might be done by Saturday. So come back Saturday. Friday, I haven't decided. It'll either be the Spoonie Stitcher. Maybe it'll be her because I've mentioned her a couple times. Or Margaret Songbird's Creations and more. Whichever one it isn't will be next Tuesday. It'll probably be the Spoonie Stitcher on Friday and Margaret on. I just realized we didn't talk about her lives, so I will have to add something to hers. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Word to the wise, do not hire me as a janitor. I would do my best. My best is not great. And now that I have migraines, my best would be terrible. Anyway, thanks for coming in. Can I get an amen? And hugs to you all. And Happy New Year, because I won't see you until it's 2026. Goodbye 2025. I hope you all have a safe and lovely New Year's Eve. Hugs, or whatever kind of hug you need.